Hey man, it's your boy TJ, man. We back with another video, man. Reacted to what happened to the 11 player drafted for Jahmyr Gibbs. But that boy Gibbs, like that, he should be y'all running back. He should be running back one next season for sure over
Question for you.
Montgomery.
If you were an NFL GM in
Montgomery's still tough though,
2023, you
but
had the 12th
Gibbs,
overall
he
pick in
earned
the
that running
draft,
back run
are you
spot though.
taking a chance on a running back? Bijan Robinson,
He
maybe,
earned
but he
that,
was
boy, for
long
sure.
gone by pick 12. Analysts thought the Lions were crazy to go for Jahmyr Gibbs. Of course, he was good, but was he worth a top 12 pick? A lot of
Hell yeah,
guys
he was
didn't
worth
even
every
have him
bit
in
of
the
that.
first round in mock drafts, but the
I
Lions
think he
knew
showed everybody
exactly what
last
they
season.
wanted.
He earned every bit of that.
It's so fun is you're hoping he's still going to be there, and Skoronski goes off the board, and there he is, man.
With the 11th pick, the Tennessee Titans select Peter Skoronski.
Look,
2 years later,
look, they knew what type of player they was getting. Look who he turned out to be. See?
Gibbs is making NFL history with David Montgomery. 10+ rushing touchdowns each in back-to-back
The best running back
seasons,
doing the
and 20
league for
total
sure.
for Gibbs in 2024. Sonic
But I ain't gonna lie, A-Chain, I love A-Chain though. A-Chain and Jaden Wright though, watch out for them, boy, for sure. Watch out for him. That boy Gibbs though.
So, who really got it wrong here? Let's find out. Let's start at the top. The 2023 draft kicked off with the Carolina Panthers making Bryce Young the first overall pick.
They ain't built around him for nothing, boy. I kind of felt bad for Young, boys. First started playing for him.
4,872 yards and 47 touchdowns, which was enough to secure him the Heisman Trophy. His numbers went down a bit in 2022 with 3,328 passing yards and 32 passing touchdowns in 12 games, but that arm talent and football IQ had scouts drooling.
Because Bryce Young is just a magician to me, and he can do things that no other quarterback in this class can. But
you gotta build around him, bro. Like you got Adam Thielen as your receiver one, Jonathan Mingo.
It's chaos and it ensues.
You ain't gonna win like that, bro. Tommy Tremble, come on, bro.
Has been tough to watch so far. His rookie year was very rough. 2,800.
But how could you blame Bryce Young though? The O-line atrocious. He ain't got no receivers. Besides the 34-year-old.
% of his dropbacks. So the offensive line was not doing him any favors. And if you thought that was bad, 2024 started out even worse. Literally his first pass of the season.
They benched that man for Andy Dalton. But I don't really blame Bryce Young though. Yeah, he wasn't looking good either, but
Young said he was shocked
ain't nobody around him was helping him.
Carolina had the worst third down conversion rate out of any NFL team in more than 30 years.
He's thrown for 245 total yards in 2 games, 0 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, and yesterday against
that's awful.
Chargers, he had a quarterback rating of 8.9.
8.9, damn.
Really interesting. By week number 8, Young was back starting under center with an okay showing against Denver. 224 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. Then in week 10, he helped lead an overtime win against the Giants. But the real turnaround came in the final 3 weeks of the season. Against Arizona in week 16, 158 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks.
That's a touchdown from Bryce Young.
Against Tampa Bay in week 17, 203 yards, 2 touchdowns, and again, no interceptions. Then he saved the best for last in week 18 against Atlanta.
Yeah, towards the end of the season, he started improving though. I've seen it.
The dude even rushed for 2 touchdowns on top.
But now he got T-Mac, he got Jimmy Horn. They gonna help him out for sure.
What a wild
You got
ride.
Leggett.
Getting his first pass of 2024 intercepted, to finishing the season looking like the guy that Carolina thought they were drafting. Panthers fans might just have something to feel good about heading into 2025.
Yeah, they got some little receivers around Bryce Young now though. Before, Leggett and freaking Jonathan Mingo ain't gonna get it done, bro.
Second overall pick. CJ Stroud came out of Ohio State after 2 extra seasons. 4,435 yards and 44 touchdowns.
Well, that rookie year from Stroud, though,
688 yards and
that's the best rookie. Nah. Let me pause JD. Jaden Daniels the best rookie season I've seen. But Stroud, but that boy tough, boy. His second year, he kind of was off a little. Like he wasn't the same as his first year, though. That boy Nico.
Stroud's rookie campaign was off the charts.
That's really why they moved off Diggs too. They feel like Nico that boy.
23 touchdowns, and somehow only 5 interceptions in 15 games. His 1%
Yeah, that boy Stroud was
interception
nice.
rate was the lowest in the entire NFL. That's crazy ball security, especially for a rookie. Offensive Rookie of the Year was a lock, and his name was even thrown in the MVP conversation.
Yeah, Ricky, what that like a veteran out there, but that's what I'm saying. All that Ricky junk, that don't mean nothing, bro. Either you got it or you don't, bro. All that Ricky, all that, I don't want to hear none of that, bro. It's either you got it or you don't. And niggas like Stroud, Jaden Daniels, they showed you, but niggas like that, they got it.
Coverages and discussing play concepts. I mean, this guy trains.
I don't want to hear all that. He's a rookie. That's why he dropped the ball. He's still a grown ass man, bro. Either you got it or you don't.
Some might say. His numbers dipped across the board.
wanna hear all that.
3,727 yards, 20 touchdowns, and 12 interceptions over the full 17-game season.
Yeah, he had a down season his second year, though.
Touchdown percentage fell, interception percentage climbed, and he took more sacks behind a struggling offensive line. But even with the regression, Stroud guided the Texans to the playoffs, where they knocked out the Chargers before eventually falling to the Chiefs. Still, after 2 seasons, the Texans have to feel great about landing their franchise quarterback.
Yeah. But before CJ Stroud,
and the Texans weren't
y'all don't want to.
Stroud.
Davis Mills.
The 3rd pick too, snagging.
Y'all don't want to go back to that.
Will Anderson Jr. He came to Houston with a solid college
Will
resume.
Anderson, that boy has a dog.
And 63 tackles for a loss at Alabama. That's the kind of
when you be trash for a long time, all them drive picks that you get, you're going to be good at some point.
In 13 starts, he put up 7 sacks and got to the quarterback 22 times, winning Defensive Rookie of the Year and making the Pro Bowl. The way he stopped the run while still getting after the quarterback showed his game was complete right from the start. In year 2, Anderson continued playing at a high level. Even though he only played in 14 games in 2024, his sacks jumped up to 11. His quick first step and hand fighting let him beat offensive tackles in many different ways. But what makes him special compared to other pass rushers is how he prepares. His film study and professional mindset gives him the real edge. He figures out plays quickly and doesn't make mental mistakes too often. With Stroud running the offense and Anderson leading the defense, the Texans have built a foundation
Anthony Richardson
for many years to come. Those back-to-back draft picks in 2023 might go down as one of the best draft hauls we have seen in a long time.
2023 up there for sure.
The Texans snagged 2 franchise cornerstones. The Colts took their swing at quarterback with Anthony Richardson at pick 4. This pick was all about potential. Unlike Stroud and Young,
I don't think Anthony Richardson.
Huge numbers in just
Richardson trash for me, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
17 touchdowns and 9 interceptions in his 12 games during 2022.
Maybe one of the most polarizing prospects in Anthony Richardson. And many believe the Gators quarterback has huge upside, but there are significant accuracy concerns. Only 4 QBs have been selected in the first round in the last 25 drafts with a sub-50.
Like Anthony Richardson, bro, he like a running back to me, gang.
Physical tools are something else here. Richardson,
he gonna run that thing though.
Trying to put it through a brick wall, whether it's a deep bomb or a quick slant.
I ain't like he got arm script though. It's really just his accuracy though.
Off the charts.
He got that arm trying to for sure though, and he gonna get out of that. Just his accuracy.
But his NFL career
and coach, y'all need to add a receiver for him, bro. Alex Pierce tough though, but he ain't no D-Hop or nothing.
In 2023, he only played 4 games due to a shoulder injury. He finished that year with 577 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 1 interception. And his best game came in Week 4 against the Rams, where he threw for 200 yards.
I think he got hurt too, if I ain't tripping.
98.7 passer rating.
They got that boy down too. That's what I'm saying, Coach.
11 out of his 25 pass attempts.
Coach could be a good team, bro. Just that Richardson got to get his shit together.
Was another roller coaster ride. In 11 games, he threw for 1,814 yards with 8 touchdowns and 12.
And y'all got JT.
His performances were all over the place. Week 1, for example, he showed some promise, throwing for 212 yards, 2 passing touchdowns, and running in another. But then in Week 2, just 1 touchdown to 3 interceptions. The guy just couldn't string 2 good games together, and his accuracy was still a major concern. Staying healthy has been a huge problem, with Richardson missing 17 games over his first 2 seasons with everything from concussions to back problems. The Colts even sat him out for 2 games because he wasn't focused enough. The talent is certainly there, but it's still more about what he could turn into rather than what he is right now. The Colts are still trying to figure out if they can build around.
He gonna run that bit though. Here we go with these ads, bro. We don't care about none of this, bro.
The Seahawks absolutely
That boy
nailed
Devin
the
Witherspoon, that boy
five
showed out last
Devin
year.
Witherspoon. At Illinois, he was an All-American in
That boy Witherspoon
2022
showed
with
out
41
last year.
tackles and 3 interceptions. And he brought that same elite level
I know
of
y'all
play
Seahawks
right to the
fan happy
NFL.
for that,
His rookie
boy.
season in 2023 was incredible. The big highlight came in Week 4 against the Giants when he picked off a pass and
Come
took
here.
it back 97 yards to the house. But Witherspoon wasn't just a one-play wonder. In 14 games, he had 3 sacks, 79 tackles, and
That boy
broke up 16
Witherspoon.
passes. Some people thought that he even should have won Defensive Rookie of the Year over Will Anderson. He kept going in 2024, making his second straight Pro Bowl with 98 tackles, 9 pass breakups, and a sack. Pro Football Focus had him as the 3rd best cornerback against the run in the entire league, although his coverage ranking was 49. So when you put that all together, he's 20th among all cornerbacks, which is still pretty good for such a young player. What really jumps out here is how good he is at tackling. Witherspoon had the most tackles for a cornerback in 2020.
Yeah, that boy Witherspoon, nice though.
63 catches, which was 6th best among his position. But when you watch him play, it did feel like there was a bit of a drop-off in his overall impact during year 2, which makes you wonder, is he going to keep getting better, or has he already hit his peak? Hopefully not the second one. Either way, the Seahawks are counting on Witherspoon to be a key piece of their defense for many years to come.
Y'all Seahawks fan, tell me how y'all feel about Witherspoon though. He nice though. I feel like he gonna be better though.
Ohio State All-American tackle Paris Johnson.
Damn, this season need to hurry up, bro. I'm ready to watch some football, bro.
Is
For
always a
real.
smart thing to do, and Johnson has mostly lived up to that first-round hype. Pro Football Focus had him as the 12th best tackle in the league for 2024, putting him solidly in the upper tier for his position. That's pretty impressive for a young lineman who's still getting used to the speed and power of NFL pass rushers. But when you
But the
dig
thing
deep
about
into
the Cardinals though, y'all is y'all need some old linemen, but Cardinals, bro, y'all need another receiver besides to take some pressure off Marvin Harrison, bro.
Being consistent at the tackle position
'Cause-
really matters more than anything.
Cause Romeo Wilson, bro, and Trey McBride, they ain't gonna cut it, bro. Trey McBride, nice though. He only got 1 touchdown last year.
Of a team, and when your offensive line
I ain't gonna lie, Cardinals, y'all need more, bro. Y'all need a receiver, y'all need some more linemen. Y'all need some defensive players. Y'all got Will Johnson though, that's a steal. Y'all got that boy in the second round. I don't know how the hell he fell in the second round though. That's crazy.
So basic, there's just very few that are really ready to go and play right away.
For Arizona, getting a potential franchise tackle at pick 6 is looking like one of their smarter draft moves in recent years, even though it would still be pretty awesome to see Gibbs and Kyler Murray on the same offense. That would be an insane read option that
Nah, that would be crazy though.
can stop.
Nah, nigga, Gibbs and Lamar. Kyler, Gibbs and Lamar, boy. That would be crazy.
Tyree Wilson came out of college without huge numbers. Just
Damn.
17 sacks
You
across
ain't that
4
nigga that
seasons,
bad.
with most of his growth happening in his final 2 years with the Red Raiders.
Big physical presence right there with Tyree Wilson. The best D lineman for the Red Raiders. That's somebody you might want to keep an eye on.
The jump to the NFL has been tough for Wilson, especially when you compare him to Will Anderson, who went just 4 picks earlier. Wilson had only 3.5 sacks and 8 quarterback
Tyrese
hits as a
Wilson.
rookie in 2023 before bumping his numbers up to 4.5
Yeah, and Crosby on the other side. You got Christian Wilkins in the middle.
And if you look at PFF,
I'm saying, like, the Raiders ain't really a bad team, though. And they got Pete Carroll, they got Gino, they got Ashton Genty, they got Brock Bowers. I'm saying Raiders got a little something over there.
Top 10 pick. He's been better against the run than getting after quarterbacks, but his
They got
overall
Morit.
impact has been limited. Pass rushers often need time to develop, so it's too early to make final judgments about Wilson's career, but there's definitely a gap between where he was drafted and what he's shown on the field so far. Pick number 8 was a very interesting one. The Falcons made a huge splash when they took Texas star Bijan Robinson.
Yeah, I'm putting the video real quick. Hold on.
Right away. This is the ideal landing spot for him.
In college, Robinson was unstoppable for the
Oh my God.
putting up 1,580 rushing yards and 20 total touchdowns in 2022 alone. And that production carried right over to the NFL.
Bijan Robinson dancing around, and he has the football.
Oh my God. That boy Bijan, crazy. I ain't gonna lie, Falcons, y'all, that man was carrying y'all last year, boy. Bijan was carrying y'all last year. Without him, y'all would have been worse than y'all was, boy. That boy crazy, though. That's y'all offense, Bijan. Ain't no Drake London nigga, Bijan. Drake London nice, though, but Bijan was that #1 guy for y'all, though.
NFL's best running backs.
Big hole left side.
breaking the tackle inside the 30.
That boy Bijan nice.
Second and goal. Robinson again. Matthews with the block. That is a touchdown.
The thing that's really impressive to me is he's doing all of this on a mediocre team.
Know what I'm saying? Like, the Falcons is trash, bro. I'm sorry, bro. Ever since y'all lost the Super Bowl, bro, y'all never been the same, bro. I don't know what. I don't know what Brady them did to y'all. Y'all ain't not been the same since y'all choked that Super Bowl.
You need to get this guy the ball a lot more. Tyler Algier should not be touching the ball more than a couple times a game, when Bijan is clearly the better player. PFF ranks him as the second best running back in the entire league for 2024 with a 92.8 overall grade, only behind Derrick Henry. His receiving skills make him even more dangerous. He's a 3-down back who, in my opinion, shouldn't come off the field too often. Robinson saved his best for last in 2024, shredding the Panthers defense for 170 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns. The way he moves so quickly in tight spaces makes defenders
almost had 200.
creating big plays even when the blocking isn't too great. Young, Stroud, and Robinson are 3 guys that you can't really blame teams for taking ahead of Gibbs, even with a bit of hindsight. But it's definitely going to be interesting watching these 2 running backs battle it out over these upcoming seasons. It could be like the whole Barry Sanders versus Emmitt Smith situation all over again. A decade of highlights with 2 guys fighting for that top spot.
Jalen Carter.
Here's another guy who looks like he's paying.
Boy, this nigga's a dog, boy. That nigga a dog, but this nigga something else, boy. I reacted to Jalen Carter video. Make sure y'all check that out, boy. That boy a dog, boy, for sure.
An All-American at Georgia, where he dominated despite not having eye-popping stats. Just 3
That's y'all Fletcher Cox replacement right there. To me, he better than him, though. He way better than Fletcher Cox.
Carter's impact so far in Philly has been huge. He had a good start in his rookie year, putting up 6 sacks,
that boy was a dog,
tackles, and even returned a fumble for a touchdown, finishing 2nd in Defensive Rookie of the Year voting.
Now you got Bourne over there. I'd be attacking that. Jones in trouble. They got him. To make some hero throw. We'll go to Cook.
Look, they trying to double team. They still can't block that boy.
A massive leap. The box score shows 4.5 sacks and 42 tackles, but anybody watching the games knows his impact was way bigger than those numbers. PFF had him as the 7th best interior defender against the pass because he consistently gets pressure even when you double team him. That kind of disruption forces quarterbacks to move and collapses the pocket from the inside, which is exactly what offenses hate the most. Carter shows up big in the biggest moments too. Against the Rams in the playoffs, his 2 clutch sacks made the difference in their 28-22 win.
3rd and 2. Stafford in trouble. He's sacked.
I remember that really sealed that game, though. That Jalen Carter sack, that really ended it.
Blowing up the pocket as part of that insane.
Boy, they was killing Mahomes in that Super Bowl, boy. Damn.
Aaron Donald, that's about as good of a compliment as you could possibly get. Carter seems to be living up to that comparison so far, making the
he living up too.
2nd team in just his 2nd.
I don't want to say it though, but he might end up being better than Aaron Donald. Dude, the way he playing right now, he keep playing like this. Well, he gonna be better than Aaron Donald, boy.
Future defensive player of the year candidate.
He gonna be better than Aaron Donald. I'm telling you, bro.
This pick at all. And if it wasn't for his off-field issues leading up to the draft,
yeah, he would have been a top 5 pick.
At number 9 for Philly to grab.
Yeah, but if it wasn't for all that what he was doing, but he would have been a top 5 pick for sure.
Game record, the Bears took a more steady approach with Tennessee's Darnell Wright at pick 10. A lot of people had him highly rated at the time.
Look, I believe that this young man, when it's all said and done, has the ability to be the best player in this draft.
After 4 seasons with the Volunteers, Wright brought that same reliability to Chicago's offensive line. Obviously, offensive tackles don't really make the highlight reels, but Wright's development shows exactly why using...
I ain't gonna lie, Bears, y'all got all them playmakers on y'all team, though.
PFF has him as the 6th
but it's the Bears, though, so
in 2024 and
I wouldn't
even
be mad if I see them trash again.
And you won't see him missing a block very often.
It wouldn't shock me for y'all to be trash again.
The stability that he brings to the Bears offense that's been going through a ton of changes. Fans might not
I ain't like that Bears O-line was garbage, bro.
For Caleb Williams, but this seems like a decent call for the Bears.
Besides that right tackle, though, that line is garbage. And he still threw for about 4,000 yards.
Coming out of Northwestern with All-American honors in 2022, after 3 solid seasons, Peter Skoronski seemed like he should be a solid draft choice.
How you doing, Peter? This is Rand with the Tennessee Titans. How you doing, man? Man, we're going to turn this card in and make you a Titan officially, man. We're a guy that we coveted, that we that we've liked for a long time, and we think you come in here and help us build this thing.
Damn, that boy should have milked
Close to
her.
the top 10. Looking back, this one seems interesting. Right now, he's sitting in that middle ground that makes draft analysis so difficult. PFF ranked him as just 71st overall among tackles in 2024, but he was 12th.
I remember Titans drafted Traylon Burks. I thought he was going to be the next A.J. Brown. A.J. Brown went to Philly and balled out. What Traylon Burks doing?
He wasn't helping out Tony Pollard or Tajay Spears too much.
I don't know why y'all did
It does
that.
make you question his overall value. When you spend such a high pick on an interior lineman, you really need someone that's going to transform your line, not just a decent starter. Skoronski has shown flashes of his potential, but the complete package just isn't.
Man, Peronsky mid,
What a
man.
monster Jahmyr Gibbs has turned out to be. He's the kind of player that could have Titans fans revisiting the glory days of Madden with CJ2K. The problem is that they really still need an offensive line, so the Titans probably
Y'all like Titans, y'all got Cam Ward and all, but Titans, but y'all got a lot of work to do on that roster, boy.
Lost a lot of their value, but in the last couple of years, they're definitely getting their shine back.
That boy Jamal Charles.
Christian McCaffrey, Derrick Henry, and obviously Saquon Barkley. And now we got the young, exciting players like Jahmyr Gibbs and Bijan Robinson.
Jahmyr Gibbs, all these players drafted for Jahmyr Gibbs. I mean, I think he got picked at the right spot, though.
Gibbs, you've got some hits, some misses.
Top 10. I really think he could have went top 10, though.
Yeah, we got some real difference makers like C.J. Stroud, and then Jalen Carter looks like he might be a generational talent on the defensive line. Bijan Robinson also has looked great so far, but then you've got guys still trying to figure it out. When the Lions took Gibbs at number 12, the draft experts lost their minds. But Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes knew exactly what they were doing. Just goes to show you that sometimes you got to say screw it and follow your gut. If all these other teams could go back in time, would they still take their original guy, or would they be looking at Gibbs a little bit different to give them a spark on offense? I want to know what you guys think in the comment section below, and also, I cannot wait to see what Ashton Jenkins.
Well, I can't wait to see what that boy do. Hey, I can't wait to see what that boy do. I cannot wait to see what that boy do, man. I can't wait for the football season in general, man. That's the end of that video, though. Y'all think Gibbs should have been drafted higher or lower? Let me know. I think he got picked where he supposed to got picked up. You feel me? But I really think he could have went top 10, though. I think he could have went top 10, though.